The VRChat podcast is back, and today we got our news for the developer update for May 30th, 2024 from Flair Rune. Flair Rune is the new one for the community manager of VRChat. So let's take a look at what's going on with the new update for you guys. So their newest thing is VRChat gear, which is merchandise for VRChat, obviously hats, t-shirts, and all that good stuff. Enjoy all that if you guys are interested. Next, we have a localization update coming up on ongoing development. We have the localization for those of you who speak Hebrew. That is for you guys. Up until the start of last week, our Hebrew implementation suffered from being backwards as Hebrew is right to left language. So Hebrew is right to left, not left to right, as English is left to right. Hebrew is right to left. This required a bit more engineering time to get right since it's required implementing something called the Unicode bidirectional algorithm, which is not easy. But as a result, we'll manage to achieve the basic RTL LTR support that's required for Hebrew. As shown here in this screenshot, this is in Hebrew. I'm not going to be able to translate this, but obviously, if you memorize the menu of VRChat normally in English, this should be okay. But this is a right to left language. Okay, the only thing that's in different language is the name of the world as directed by the regular stuff. We also have this. All right. To clarify, our menus is still laid out left to right format, but at least Hebrew text won't be backwards. For example, that. So, so as you can see there's an example. It's right to left. It says VR chat is very cute if you read it from right to left. Booping is now coming, like a special feature. Our new booping feature, special feature, allows users to send boops quotation marks to their friends. They can attach any emoji to their boop, including custom and animated emojis, as long as you're a VRChat Plus user. When the recipient opens their notification, they'll receive a boop explosion containing all the boops they receive. Boops they can be sent by opening user details page in either the quick menu or main menu in a client by tapping the new boop button. They can also be sent from within the native Android app as well. As you can see, you must be a VRChat Plus user if you want to use the emojis for the custom. So let's take a look at the example. Here's the client. So as you can see here, we have the new booping feature shown here. You can send an emoji along with it. Thumbs up in this example. So there you go for that. You have to send it to a friend. And here is the example. That's how you send a boop here. There's the explosion. Here's the native app as shown here. I think believe this is for mobile. And then here's the one on the app here on the phone. Keep in mind that iOS is now in beta. And there you go. Now we have to go to the developer side for those of you who make VRChat worlds or avatars. Let's take a look at VRChat constraints. They're going to revisit it. Development of VRChat restraints continues. When it was first announced, we were working on them. We mentioned they were bringing a deeper technical dive in a few weeks. Here it is. In this version of the constraint system was a single component, handling all the constraint behaviors at once. This is now split up into different component types with its own behavior, which matches Unity's layout and hopefully make animating these constraints more straightforward. An automatic conversion option has been added for the SDK for Avatar projects. If your avatar contains any Unity's restraints, the SDK will offer to automatically replace them with the identical VR chat restraints for you, while also remapping any bad animations of your avatar from the old constraints to the new ones. We hope it makes it easier to convert existing avatars to use constraints. We added two advanced settings since the last update. The new freeze the world setting will cause the constraint transforms to stop following its sources and keep its current pose in the world space when switched on. This is our official implication of world constraints, which is a specific combination of constraints often used by avatars to keep a fixed object fixed in place. By using the advanced setting instead, you can replicate this behavior using one constraint rather than needing several to work together, which can help improve your avatar's performance and make the avatar easy to build and maintain. The new rebake offset when on frozen setting works with the freeze to world setting above to control how the constraint behave when it's unfrozen. If onset behave baking is enabled, the constraint will recalculate its offset to keep the pose relative to its sources and at the hard time it was unfrozen instead of jumping back to where it's based on the original offset. Here's an example. As you can see here, it is stuck in place when it's unfrozen. It's frozen. Freeze the world. As you can see, it is now in the world. Now it's stuck to the hand. Now it's back onto the world again. There's the offset with the rebake. All right, let's continue on. We always we always been working on how VR chart constraints can be ranked for avatar performance. Up to now, constraint count has been on ranked performance stat with a suggested limit of 15 constraints per avatar. We are planning to make this a ranked stat as VRChat constraints are released. We aren't ready to talk about the threshold for each rank just yet, but we are aiming to keep them fairly lenient based on the performance difference between VRChat and Unity. In addition to constraint count, we're also adding performance stat related to constraints called constraint depth, which essentially tracks the deepest chain of constraints across your entire avatar. This is because constraints do not depend on one another, it can be solved parallel, while ones can depend on one another need to be solved in a specific order. Based on our benchmarking, this is with more accurate estimate of avatar's overall performance than just using the number of constraints alone. And they're going to release targeting release of July. Here is the new avatar download and uncompressed size limit reminder. For those of you who are not aware, there is a new limit now, and that is going to be on July 16, and it is going to be reduced for PC avatars. Back in March, they announced this, but now here's the numbers. Okay, so here is what they are looking forward to. On PC, the download size is currently at 500, but now it's planned for 200. If it's uncompressed, it's from 1.2 gigabytes to 500 megabytes. If you're on Android Quest, the download size is going to be 10 megabytes, 10 megabytes, but there is no official change. And for those of you on the compressed size, 40 megabytes is the limit, and there is no planned change on that. Here's more notes. So if you're creating avatars for Android, there is no change. If you create avatars for PC, and like there are likely lots of stuff on them, or if you found a very high resolution, you may need to optimize. Speaking of which is until now, there's no been indication on the SDK that these limits have been exceeded, We're working to fix that. In our upcoming SDK update, we will be adding a warning to the panel that indicates if your last built avatar went over the limit. As shown here, for example. Okay, this is an example. Okay, so make sure you guys read the avatar optimization tips and for VRChat creation if you're interested. For those of you who are interested in a VRChat Jam, there's a brand new one coming up called the Summer Film Music Fest. Okay, and here is the stuff you want to play with. This is still in the works, but something is subject to change. But here's what we're thinking. For the Summer Music Fest, imagine a beachfront property or tropical oasis with DJ. For our next VRChat Jam, we are aiming to have a World Avatar Jam from July 8 to August 2nd, 2024, based on summer music festivals. There must there will be two parts for this. Entries, world entries and avatar. You can enter for both or just one category. So these jams show off your creations based on the theme, and the theme for this one is Summer Music Fest. Participants will be asked to make a cross-platform world and avatars that celebrate, quote, the theme Summer Vibes at the Beach, whatever that means to you. Worlds will be judged by these categories. Number one, summer vibeness. How much does the world or avatar, how much does the world mean to summer vibe? Next, media player integration. You gotta have music. Number three, performance level in terms of like it doesn't lag. And number four, ease of use. For those of you on avatars, summer vibeness as well, audio link integration, performance rank, medium or better, and extra features. Much like Spookality, there will be a special world for an avatar selection featuring the winners for at least a month after the jam. Also try to feature clubs and venues that use the worlds and avatars from the jam in our socials or tag us when you're using them. While in the technical aspect, there may be more of a challenging jams we hosted. That's true. We'll be asking for worlds and avatars with audio link, worlds and media players. Avatars to worlds must be cross platform that must include Android and iOS if we're ready by then. Now, iOS is still in beta, by the way. If you guys want to check it out, make sure you guys sign up for the beta. Okay? We'll be providing a list of prefabs and resources that we think world and avatar creators will need to know to get early started in July. In our forums, there's a lot to cover, so if there's anything that you think we should include, please let us know. The next update is going to be scheduled for June 13th. So, in summary, ladies and gentlemen, our update includes the new constraints, the new booping feature, and of course, the the localization for those of you who speak Hebrew. For those of you interested in the jam, make sure you enter a world and or avatar based on the theme of summer at the beach. Okay? That is all for today's update. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I do understand that there has been some issues with audio in terms of the MetaQuest 2. However, I do not have a MetaQuest 2, so I cannot help you guys out in this particular aspect. But please look for official videos talking about that if you are interested. That is all for today's update. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you guys hit that like, hit that share, and make sure you guys have any questions. Let me know. That's all for now. We'll see you guys later. Bye bye.